Now, I tell you what's interesting about the Cody TJ show is TJ's a pretty nice guy. I mean, he's a pretty mild-mannered kind of guy. I don't know anything about Cody, but I do know Cody stirred up a rash of shit with Dominic in every media event that he could that last week. I thought he was burning off too much steam. As it turned out, it looked like he kind of got in Dominic's head a little bit. And
do you think so? Think so? Is that fair?
I do think Dominic. If Dominic's looking at that fight, and we'll have Dominic on, I'm sure we'll ask him: did he get away from his game plan? Did he start fighting a little bit too? Brawling in the middle of the ring too much? But there should be fireworks on that. I actually look forward to. They've had so many of these seasons, and the first few seasons were so great, and we knew most of the people. And it was so different that, out of 25, I probably saw 3 to 5 of them. But I will be watching this one for sure.
Hey, I'll remind you of this too. Cody's already started. Cody said today in a tweet that he wants enhanced drug testing from USADA for TJ. Now, USADA, that's what they do. They do enhanced drug testing. That is what they are by definition. But he called out his former teammate as though he had information. What's dirtier than that? It's already begun. Cody's going to play. You want to play with Cody? He's going to play.
It gets old as a fan to hear that over and over and over again.
But as far as dirt, as far as getting hype going, look, if you're willing to go there with a guy who's never failed a test and you're willing to put out speculation on his good name, where are you not willing to go? I'm saying for you and I and everybody listening as fans, and we like the drama. Sure, we enjoy the fight, but we like the build-up to it, too. I think Cody has already set a bar of I'm willing to go wherever this thing needs to go.
Good for him.
Do you disagree, though? Don't you think that that's a sign right there that we're going to have some fun on this season?
I think we're going to have a lot of fun, but the reality of that fight, as a fan, that fight sells itself. Here those guys are former teammates. Now there's legitimately bad blood. And what was, you look at that Team Alpha Male, you get all these hammers between 135 and 155 pounds. What the hell do you think is going to happen? They eventually got to eat each other.
Yeah, Cody's got 3 things going for him, though. There's no telling how high that star can rise. Look, first off, he's young. Second, he's got a very intriguing look. That guy is made for a poster that is marketing a cage fight. And third is his skill. He is the total package as far as what a promoter and a marketer wants to have to break a guy over into the mainstream. If Cody can keep that belt and keep going, keep pushing through, that's the next big star of the UFC.
We had TJ on the show last week, and that was a great show, and he was fired up, and there is good news for Mr. TJ. Cody Garbrandt and TJ have been announced as the coaches for TUF 25, the All-Star season. Now we got the fight. Now we don't have to worry about that. We have
which
that
TJ
fight.
Knew. TJ was holding back on us. Hey, did you say something about Danny Castillo, by the way? Because he's weighed in on you on Twitter a couple of times. But I didn't understand if he was annoyed with you, indifferent to you. I didn't fully understand.
No, I have no idea.
Did we bring him up though?
TJ did. TJ, I think isn't he TJ's wrestling coach?
Yeah, and he said that he was in Colorado. But I thought that was all that was said on Danny. I don't remember. You took a shot at him. I'm not sure he took a shot at you. I'm just saying he mentioned you in 2 tweets, and I didn't know if you were on the right side or the wrong side of last call.
Well, if Danny Castillo is the one that taught TJ that move, I don't want to be on the wrong side of
if he's the one that showed TJ the takedown that we're in love with?
The Dillashaw, whatever that move is. Now, so you're saying that TJ already knew that?
Yeah, TJ must have known that, and I think Cody must have known it too, and the word must have got out. Because if you were a coach on The Ultimate Fighter, I can tell you from experience, you cannot tell anybody. Nobody. They don't tell your managers. Nobody can know. They really like to reveal that it can sewer the whole deal. Something must have been starting to get out, and maybe that's why Cody went the Jose Aldo angle, was to hide it.
Now you've done 2 of those Ultimate Fighters, correct? And how long do they go for?
The filming is 34 days, and then they bring you out a couple of days early as a coach to walk you through the process. So you're basically there for 40 days, and it's nonstop. There's no days off. The first one I did, there was 2 holidays, and I'm including Halloween as a holiday. But if you have kids, it essentially is Then we went through Thanksgiving. We worked on all those days, Sunday, every day you could think of. They push it through, cram it in, but 34 days is your answer.
Now, didn't you do one of those in Brazil?
Yeah, I did one in Brazil.
You guys were stuck in the house the whole time?
Yeah.
So...
I was stuck in traffic the whole time. Miss Brittany was stuck in the hotel.
Miss Brittany was
now, the house.
Again, I want to paint this picture for because this is, you're sitting in your robe. It's 10 o'clock at night. We got Miss B. She's tired. She's chilling, and we're doing a podcast. I mean, this is hats off to you for doing this, man. I mean, the only reason I came is because your crazy ass was going to do this anyway, and I was like, God damn it, if he's going to do it, I'll do it.
I appreciate your commitment to the grind, but a moment ago you were asking about the Ultimate Fighter Brazil, and then you went into the hotel room. Did you have a thought you wanted to finish?
I did. Now, wasn't Miss B basically hostage at the house because you had basically disrespected an entire country for over 2 years?
Yeah.
And it wasn't safe for her to go anywhere.
Yeah, well, it wasn't safe for either. Here was the deal. Yeah, so we went into hostile territory, and that almost seems like a distant thought now. But yes, it was. You got to understand, Brazil has 200 million people. That's the population. 80 million people in Brazil watched Anderson Silva fight Vitor Belfort. So almost half of the population, if you could even imagine that. Now, the number one sport in Brazil is soccer, but the number two sport is MMA. So it wasn't like doing something in America and flying under the radar and one guy in the local supermarket recognizes you. It's not like that there. So when we went over, we had armed security. We had a bulletproof car. And then security would also stay the night in the house. We had one guy in the house with a gun downstairs while we slept upstairs, and one guy outside on the porch with a gun 24 hours a day. There was other parts of the trip where we would have a 3-man armed security crew. So, yes, to paint you a picture, so I would go into work each day. Well, it was an hour drive from where we stayed to where the set was in Sao Paulo. And some days it would be worse than that. I mean, the traffic in Brazil is something I can't even explain to you. There was never a day where I didn't pass at least 4 cars that were out of gas. They have a government-funded program in Brazil that goes around and gets stranded cars. So imagine being in traffic on a freeway where there's 4 out-of-gas cars. We drive around in traffic for hours. There'd never be a wreck. But then there'd be some car out of gas. They'd be over. It was just really tough to get around. So this is what I did. I sat in traffic all day, got to the set, did the show all day, and then I would get home and usually bring Brittany something to eat, or she would have made dinner for the day. But she was sequestered at the house unless she wanted to come to set, of which she's not allowed to be in the main room, so she'd have to stay in the back. So yes, she was literally a prisoner.